Greetings, fellow adventurers. We are back for another session of Tale of Two Daughters in the Harn setting, Harn Master Rules. And when we last left our heroes, they were deep beneath the catacombs in Zanoth Abbey, having recently tussled with some strange, misshapen, humanoid, filthy figures. They had driven them back and killed a few, not without taking a couple of licks in the process. And to remind everybody, the Zanoth Abbey is located in the foothills of the Sorkin Mountains. And, is an old, ancient ruin, several centuries old, largely fallen into ruins. The forest is beginning to reclaim it. And I'm just showing the map of where it is on Harn that they currently are. And I will return the view to where the characters currently are. And I'll honor everybody on that. Right there. And after either driving off or defeating these things, they see that Emrys is looking somewhat pale, his forehead glistening with sweat, and he's rubbing his forearm slightly. Additionally, Hafen has a fairly serious gouging scratch across his chest that one of the creatures had left upon him. And now, it is on you.
I think just to update what's going on in combat, I think we have one bad guy right here.
He's dead.
Oh, he's dead. And
Yep.
the other ones have skulked
Retreated.
away into the darkness.
One ran this direction, and another one ran this direction. You hear, you still hear slapping footsteps going to the south. You don't hear anything to the west anymore. One of the guards that was brought by Faradir is covering that direction.
Can we do anything for the wounded? And what's wrong with Emrys at this point?
He doesn't really want to say yet. He looks somewhat embarrassed.
We should get to the surface.
It would be hard to administer first aid down here. I mean, you're in flickering torchlight. It's not the best conditions.
To daylight. Drag him out. Pull back.
All right. You retrace your steps. You can just do that very quickly. It's fine. You pretty much cleared this section. Faradir is hastening ahead with his men behind him. I think one of them is holding a torch. Yeah, that one's holding a torch. And they hasten on towards the way that you came, which is the.
Yeah, my torch was on the ground, but I can grab it as we.
Okay, I will. I can give you light again. Oh, you got light. Okay.
And I'll be like a rear guard just in case something tries to.
Okay. You go to the surface. You guys staked out the place the night before and went down in the morning. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yes,
that is correct.
That is my recollection. All right. You come spilling to the surface, and gather around the entrance, and there you are. It's blinking in the daylight, beginning to assess the wounded. Who's going to look at whom?
I'll look at Emrys first. I know I need, bandages, clean water, pick up a fire or somebody.
Anti-venom.
Do you say that? Well, actually,
Yes.
that's a pretty a word that you probably wouldn't know. If you put it in his arm, you see it's two small punch holes. They're roughly a half an inch to an inch apart, and that's all. Although they're the area around the wounds is becoming quite inflamed.
And I keep chanting.
Do we cut off his arm?
That is one solution. It's just a very drastic one.
We could also hang him up by his ankles and cut the venom out, or something else creative.
Well, if you critically fail physician skill, I suppose you might do that.
Does anyone have leeches?
What are you guys going to do? So, Emrys, I want you to... Are you trying to cast any spells, Emrys?
He should be trying to cast his spell to have a better chance of healing. Yeah.
Feet of Albara.
Fortify your stamina is probably what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
I mean, I'll do whatever I can with physician, but I don't know that too much. Tourniquet is probably...
Make a physician roll as well as you... It's going to be kind of like grade school snakebite stuff, if that's even understood very well. But sure,
Yeah.
Harnic physicians are better than real-life physicians.
You can keep casting that just after 10 minutes. You're not going to live 10 minutes, so you might as well just keep rolling that spell.
Maybe he turns into
Well,
a snake.
and hold on. Just remember that, Emrys, that you can be wiggling around, chanting, screaming out loud. That'll all give you a better chance. Using a focus that gives you a better chance of casting spells.
I'll give you a if you're really imploring Ilvir loud and strong, which I'm sure you are.
Yeah.
And beseeching him, shaking your fist mightily, I'll give you a +10. It's not subtle. If there's any wild creatures, they're going to hear you for about a half a mile around. But
I'm okay with that.
okay. All right. So what we're going to do? So what a poison roll in is an infection. All right. So it's treated as an infection.
Yeah, and he's probably got one roll right now because he's made like 4 of the.
Yeah. So we'll do one.
So
So what it's going to be is your. So take your... And the reason why you're casting this spell so mightily is because it is based on your endurance. Alright, so we pull up Emrys. What is your endurance?
Endurance is going to be...
It's a derived stat.
Yeah.
So if I'm attending physician...
Physical, right?
He can add my skill index to the roll, which is, well, basically going to be like 4 or 5.
Oh, endurance is 11.
Okay, endurance is 11. He is attending you and trying to slow the poison, stop the poison. He was successful in that, so we'll give him the skill index. And your master level in physician is
46.
46. Okay, so it's a 4.
Oh.
It's a 4.
We'll use my mastery level in physician. How about?
Well, you're chanting right now, so you're busy.
Oh well.
So it's a 15. 15 times 3 is 45. So roll me a D100, please.
I'm not sure that I like this.
Well, that's why you want to cast that spell successfully.
Oh. Nope.
51. Okay.
So now it goes down to a H2.
Yeah, that's why poisons are really dangerous.
Are we going the wrong way in with this?
Well, now it's 15 times 2 to be successful.
Oh. Well. That's not
Yes.
good.
It's not right.
So now you can probably try to cast that thing 3 more times. I don't know if Devin's okay with it.
Yeah, sure.
By the time that you have to roll another endurance check.
Let me look at and see what. Let me see what.
Oh, look, a marginal success.
All right, so we'll give you a. So that will increase your.
CS attribute is doubled. All dependent skills are affected by plus 20.
Yeah, it's not a skill. So what's the attribute you're trying to increase? Oh, attribute is doubled. All right, so it's a derived stat. So rederive your. Well, it's a critical success. Marginal success. What is it? It's increased by 5.
Plus 20. All CS critical is double. The attribute is doubled. All dependent skills are affected by plus 20 plus 50.
It isn't that. So it's going to be. Is it
all
plus
dependent
20?
skills.
Right,
Yeah, it's not right.
Yeah, but it's it's stamina. And stamina is a skill. Well, it's a stat.
Stat. So
endurance, however, is
a derived stat. It's not a skill.
But you can't. Oh no,
Feed
conditioning is the one that he could improve his conditioning. And if you use the conditioning because you can use conditioning instead of endurance.
A plus 20 on the roll might still be.
Yeah, plus 20 on his roll would be also applicable.
Well, as increase one physical attribute for duration with MS.
Because that would be his healing rate. Could be MS. I mean.
All right. What is your stamina, Ted?
My stamina is 13.
13. All right. So we're going to add 6 to that. So 13 plus 6 is 9. What's your strength?
Strength is 10.
10. What's your will?
Will is 11.
All right. All right. So we're at 17 times 2, which is 34. So it's double.
Plus the physician.
I did add that. Already threw that in there.
Try.
Hold on. Let me see what the cleric of Larney can do.
He might be able to either heal the wound outright or increase the healing rate.
Yeah. Zerson, do you have anything that can affect the
Not,
healing?
not for poisons or infections.
Now the rules don't say. What's the? Can anyone put the spell up? Because the rule for poison just says it's a wound. It doesn't say that. It says it. Oh, but it's treated as an infection. But you make a roll every minute or 5 minutes. So
Well,
it's a
that makes
minute.
sense,
So, but when does it
the whole
when does
point of
it
this
go
is for
away?
combat.
It doesn't say when it goes away. Like, does it go away at H6?
It goes away at H6.
But we just went down to H2.
It is going the wrong direction. That's true.
Yes, that's a concern.
All right. During this time, the cleric will cast.
Gerson, you should try it if you think something might work.
No, I was
I
copying
can tell which way
basically
this is going,
what
and
was
it's
from the
not
thing.
good.
All right. So the cleric will cast Courage of Mendes upon you, which will give you Strength of Will, which is just as good as stamina in this instance. So your will is increased by the RSI, which is going to be a 5. So your will goes to 16. Your stamina is now a 19. Your strength is 10. And to that we add the 4. So 38. I had no idea that spell was so dangerous. Did you, Ted?
Well, there's a reason why it's there, because you're supposed to be fighting people with it. So yes, it should be dangerous.
It is pretty dangerous.
Didn't realize it was as dangerous to me.
Or he could heal an injury level. Which one do you think we would do? I'll let the success go either way. So stops blood loss and heals 1 injury level from any designated wound. So, but an H3 is not injury level; it's a healing rate. Am I correct?
Yes.
So that is not going to necessarily do
But
it.
it's still a multiplier thing, right? H3 is a lot easier to make a roll on than H2, so I think actually the
But it's not an injury level. I mean, that's the whole point. This is like an infection. It wouldn't help an infection. It wouldn't help poison.
well,
It's a different animal.
I think they're pretty
I mean,
comparable, to be honest.
Well,
Ted, he's trying to save your life.
Yeah,
I know he's trying to save my life, but the whole point of the way the mechanics work, I mean, that's how it's set up, which is unfortunate. But I mean,
unfortunate for those who are poisoned.
yes.
So that increases your
The
will
spell
by
I
3.
have would-
What was that?
As I said, the spell I have only gives a healing roll. It will not work on infections at the level that I have, even though it's poison and an infection.
Besides, you don't want to give him more healing rolls.
Yeah,
he
so-
wants fewer healing rolls.
So yeah, my spell will not help.
So I'll try the feat of Albara again.
Zerson, if you
That's not going to help you
Find
anymore.
No,
If you
not going
can-
to help me anymore.
No.
can find a beehive in the next couple minutes, Zerson, I could help out a lot more.
What does that do for you? Does it,
If I have honey, I
Right.
can cast.
no, I know the
Elwyn's.
spell. I know the spell you're doing. I just don't know the particulars off the top of my head.
It's plus 20, probably plus 20 on a healing roll. Healing rate roll.
All right,
So it's directly applicable.
make a
Forging roll.
foraging roll.
Well, I believe I'm busy with physicianing, unless there's really nothing I can do, and then
Somebody else could try to find honey.
I could try and find honey.
Could try to find
although
honey.
I've
Somebody find some honey.
Someone
Is
make
that
a
herb
forge
gathering?
roll.
Oh, forge.
No, it would be
fresh,
forge.
fresh honey.
Oh, I'll go forge. It's slightly better.
Bridget, you've been out with those flowers. Did you meet any bees?
I'm sorry, Ted.
Zerson found wasps.
They have honey. This will work.
I like that actually. Zerson, you find wasps. Make a dodge check. I'm serious. Actually, make a dodge check.
I don't got it. I gotta click fast, buddy.
You find you hear buzzing and you see insects flying in and out of a cavity in a piece of wood. You think, aha, these are. I'm going to impress Halfin with my honey finding skills. And instead, they were ground hornets, and you barely escaped without getting stung.
Now I am poisoned.
You're not. You barely did escape without being stung, though.
It's a meaningless poison unless you're allergic.
I'm heavily.
I could maybe give you -5 if you're badly stung. I'll give you a physical penalty on that. Well, Ted, I'm stalling as long as I can.
Yeah, I'm going to have to roll again, aren't I?
You're gonna have to roll again.
Our healer guy doesn't have anything he could do to know psychic ability for healing.
Psychic ability
Yep.
for healing. Which guy?
Didn't.
Our priest.
That's me.
No, the other priest. Our priest
Oh.
Lorani might have.
Mm,
He has. Okay, so he has a spell, which I will. It heals the designated room completely in 1 day. It causes the designated room to become affected. Stops blood loss and heals 1 injury level. This isn't injury level though. This is all healing rate based. Right? He doesn't have an injury level. He has an infection with a healing rate.
Well, poison is treated as an infection. Is there any way that he could just get rid of the poison with that?
It does not have a. It does not do that. No.
doesn't get rid of poison.
And he doesn't have the psionic healing ability.
No, he does not.
Oh, that sucks.
He increases will to make his healing rate.
Because
better.
healing under psionics allows you to raise the healing rate by 1 or 2 ranks.
Zerson, make another check. I'm going to say these checks are happening like every 20 minutes or 10, 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, but by that time, he's making a check with this poison every minute. I mean,
It is It doesn't say every minute. It is designated by the GM. So
Okay.
I'm giving it a little bit of time. Zierson, see if you can find. Whoever has foraging can try to go try to find honey. It is now 8.
Or you can open up. There you go. Heffen
Bam.
find some.
Tourniquet's on. Keep that tight. I'm going. Ignore those wasps. I'm going over here.
The way it rolled out, I found it, and he's like, "There it is!" Yeah.
All right, you find some honey and come back with it. You find it quickly with a critical success, and come back with a cup o' honey. And additionally, the foraging skill means you don't get stung by bees as you're doing that. So you sneak it out, and you have a cup o' honey.
God's have it out for you,
I didn't realize this was so effective. I'm going to have to use it more.
Because you got to learn how to do it.
He's
better.
delirious. He thinks he's going to survive.
Why are you getting a -10?
He's fatigued.
I'm hurt.
He's hurt.
Oh, I thought my bed.
All
What
right,
do you
wait.
think will happen?
I can wait. It's an hour makes a difference for me. An hour doesn't make much difference for me. All right. How about I just? Holy cow.
You could throw a bunch of piety at it.
Yes, I will throw.
I can throw piety at it too, can I? I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Mind over matter, Ted.
You can also do a ask Ilvir to take the poison away as a divine intervention.
That's asking for divine intervention. That's a whole other thing. That's a please Ilvir.
And Ilvir is here, so you know he'll hear you. Whether he responds is a whole different thing.
Yeah, Siam, I'll throw piety. Well, that's a, what, 44 at least at this to save this
That's a lot of piety.
this misguided poor Jaren soul. If I can hit it. You want me to re-roll or just add it to that?
Is the honey spoiled when you roll a critical failure?
That's a great question.
Just asking for
a friend.
Asking for
Honey
a friend.
can never go bad, right?
Well, it does if you
If you spoil it.
if you spoil it.
Curse
So
it.
how do you spoil it?
Like rolling a critical
bad juju
failure on
magic.
your check.
I don't know. Something tells me culinary wise that's not gonna happen.
It doesn't spoil under ideal circumstances.
We're
but
not
it can
cooking.
It can get spoiled.
It's magic.
It's magic. It's all right. Ted, let's talk about divine intervention.
Hey, he's dead at 0, not at 1.
Yeah, if he fails next healing roll, which is a 19, it's going to be a
Yes.
0. So a character may call for
No.
divine intervention at any time. You inform the GM of the nature and intent of the call. I don't want to die. Fix the poison, please. Ilvir. Fairly straightforward. Ilvir is a snake. He understands these things. Well,
Yes.
He understands these things.
Well,
in some manifestations at least. It's hard to tell. He's a shapeshifter.
Devin, you are correct. At critical failure, the honey is destroyed.
All right. Well, you know where it is, though.
Well, or maybe, yeah. I can go back and get some more. It was close. Right, I found it fast.
All right. You must expend at least one piety point.
At least.
At least. I'm sure you're going to spend more.
Okay.
Each piety point increases the chance of intervention by 1%, up to a maximum of 95%. All piety committed is forfeit, even if the call fails.
I don't have that much piety, so
How much piety do you have?
I have 52.
52. Well, that's not bad.
But I'm not.
Can
I
we
can't
loan
use
piety?
all my piety, can I?
I'll say you could. You can use all your piety. You can dump it all in there.
There's some negative to that, I seem to recall.
Well, you don't have any piety left to spend for other purposes, but what the heck?
Well, I'll be alive. All right, so 52 piety it is.
50. Throw it all in there. Ilvir is perhaps the least responsive god for these purposes. Oh, okay.
Oh, look at that!
Roll a 35. A critical intervention roll.
Ritz.
I guess you're doing it. So if the call for intervention succeeds, which you did, A second roll is made to see if the deity imposes conditions.
Yes.
Great.
D8.
D100.
D100.
And you want low.
Yeah, you want it under the fifth. This is the same number you're trying to roll. 47.
Well, made it.
All right. So
No condition.
No conditions. So, Emrys, do you want to describe what you do, or shall I narrative it for you, Ted?
Please.
All right. Emrys, he closes his eyes, and I mean, begging for his life is, he's a braver man than that, but that's sure what it sounds like, everybody. And he beseeches Ilvir to rid him of this toxin. He knows that he is unworthy, otherwise his snake would not have bit him. He will do whatever Ilvir calls upon to rid this poison from his body that Ilvir justly put there for reasons that only are mysterious to him, that we will never be worthy of knowing. And then, just as Hafen's returning with another little cup of honey for you to drink, you suddenly feel much better. And your heart rate begins to slow, and that feeling of burning that was in your arm and was spreading towards your heart just seems to go away. You're never sure whether it was just your own body defeating the poison or if it was intervention, but you feel much better right now. And
Awesome.
you have survived with no piety for a rainy day. You'll have to get that back and work hard for it. So Hafen, you come huffing back with another little jar of honey. Make another forge roll to see if you're stung by bees. I know you know where it is, but just to see if you do a good job getting it out.
Okay.
And you've been ignoring your own wounds during this entire time.
Yeah.
But obviously, Emrys was the more critical case. All right, you avoid being stung by bees and return with the honey just as you see Emrys kind of sit up in an upright position, and he kind of wipes the sweat off his brow, and he looks a little shaken, but looks a lot better. You missed his plea for help.
Yeah.
But finally,
So he's obviously doing much better. He's run his
Yes.
course, or at least okay.
right.
Well,
you can make a physician roll to determine that, but it's pretty obvious. He looks a great deal better.
yeah.
So I will return the favor and do physician on half.
Hold on, I'm figuring out if there's an EML bonus to diagnosing. Bro. Anything on that? Anyway,
What kind of a wound is it?
It is an edge wound to the chest.
Is it a serious?
yes,
Not
serious
serious.
2.
An S2.
You
to
took
the
an
chest.
S2 to the chest, huh? It's probably a plus 20.
Yeah, well, I was
Serious
making
cut
sure
is a plus 20.
I understood. Emrys was better, and actually, maybe I could use this honey.
That's a marginal fail, so that's an H4. Oh, no, that's yours. No one. Okay.
That was me on just recognizing that he was better. And
Yeah,
Okay.
it's fine. Unless you quickly fail that out.
So
I'm still keeping an eye on him.
whoever's doing a physician roll on Heffen, you get a plus 20 to it.
All right, I think Emrys is doing that. He is actually a pretty good physician.
When he's not poisoned.
Well, he's not poisoned.
Yeah, when I'm not poisoned. So yeah, physician on. Wait, am I highlighted?
Clean it, stitch it up,
Yeah,
clean it
Oh.
really good with
So
alcohol.
do I get plus 20 on this?
just when you click physician, just put a plus.
Just put 20.
give you
Don't
the-
put plus,
20.
just put 20.
Just put 20 in there. I'll give the opportunity to do that.
All right, so that is a H5.
H5. Okay. Emrys, as you are cleaning this out, it looks really even now it's beginning to look kind of.
Gangrenous.
I mean, it's beginning to look a little icky. already. It's like the edges of it are very warm, and
Oh, that's not good.
now
Sort of like poison.
guys,
Sort of like, good thing you have honey.
Yeah.
good
Good
thing
thing
you
you
have
have honey.
Good thing you brought back honey. Additionally, you may not remember because it has been a while, Hafen, but I'll remind you. Didn't you buy some Barillic Balm a long time ago?
Relic Balm.
You bought some in Trowbridge, I think.
You know, that sounds familiar. It does. I don't have it written, but
Okay. Yeah, I think while you guys were dealing with the apothecary and before you left for Trowbridge, you picked up some Barillic Balm. It was in a little jar. Been carrying around now for a couple months at this point, but it lasts for a while. It keeps.
And while I do my physician, I explain to him how Ilvir saved me, and Ilvir saves the people who actually believe in him.
In case you want to switch teams, just saying.
But didn't this all start because of his?
Hush.
Here, let
It
me
was to show the power.
let me grab the stats for Barillic Balm.
The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away.
Except in this case, it was reversed.
Jason, I didn't hand it to you, did I?
No. Was it on Muley?
Okay.
Well, we would have taken everything off of that.
We redistributed everything that Muley used to have.
You guys keep saying his name. Why?
In
All
memory.
right.
Like in my other note. But yeah.
Okay, the Barillic Balm. I what they call it. It has a more proper name. Okay, it is called. It's the summit, but in Western Harn, it's called the Ichor of Agric, but it doesn't sell very well under that name in eastern parts of Harn, so where it's called the Barillic Balm. Hafen, I will give you the benefit of remembering that during the time that you are being treated. So it will reduce the injury level of your wound by 1/2 while it is in effect, because it is less painful when he puts that on there. And also, you were somewhat relieved to hear that, or to know, as he puts it on. You were somewhat relieved that it does tend to have antiseptic properties that hopefully it will reduce the chance of infection or prevent infection from occurring. But it is a pretty nasty wound, and he cleaned it out pretty good. But you're not sure that he got all of it.
He can. We should double clean it, just
to be sure.
But no, the balm should help.
The amount that you have in there, it's a common thing. I mean, it's not that uncommon to find Barillic Balm. It's in a little jar, and it has. I think I said you have 3 doses in there. You've used 1 dose right now to treat this wound. It's the kind of wound you definitely want to use Barillic Balm on. That's for sure.
You could have used that on the snake bite too, right?
Probably not. I mean, it's different, a different kind of thing going on. The venom's in your blood. This is still treating surface wounds. So he treats it. You put the bomb on there. It reduces the injury level for the purposes of checks. I mean, it isn't gone. It doesn't reduce the injury level by 1, but it reduces the effect of the injury level by 1. If you follow what I'm saying.
Yeah. So instead of being -10, you're
Yeah.
-5.
You're -5. So when you roll, just add 5, because that will be the math will even it out that way. Okay. But you're still dealing with you do have some concerns, but hopefully the Berwick bomb will take care of it. And all right, everybody seems to be. I don't think anybody else was wounded, so that took a good hour for you guys to do that on the surface and get through all that. But you feel a lot better. Everybody feels a bit better. So, what would you guys?
So
like
good
to
night's rest, and then we go back in the hole.
That's probably not a bad idea. Or you go back in. It's still early in the day.
I ain't scared.
Yeah, back in.
Maybe we should try and find some more honey first.
I agree.
Well, I've got some that we haven't really used.
And it has to be used with a certain amount of time too.
Yeah, but I think it's a day.
Yeah, I think it is a day. But I don't think you should be raiding honey hives just on a just in case constantly. That would not be a kind thing to do to nature.
True. Save the bees.
I thought it had to be used in like a week, or some. I remember
No, it's
having
like-
this
it's like
conversation
24
with
hours.
Fritz. Right?
It's like
Okay.
it's like 24 hours.
Alright.
Well,
Well, I agree we shouldn't raid willy-nilly, but we're about to go into a poke hole where we're all going to get stabbed again.
Well,
so it's
I mean,
kind of
I
odd
didn't-
actually. The duration is indefinite on the honey. Once it blesses the cup of wild honey for healing property. But you have to consume the cup during daylight hours of a single day. So you have to drink it all in one day. A cup of honey during one day. It's kind of a lot.
You ever try drinking a cup, honey? That's a lot.
Yeah, no, you chug this down. It's not easy.
Ugh.
You're gonna
But it has to be
choke.
acquired from a local wild hive, and I don't know if that means
Yeah, you can't.
Local
local
to
to
where you
where
got
you're
the-
drinking it, or local
Right.
to where it's created, right?
No, I think I would rule that that it all has to be within. All this has to be done within a certain radius.
Yeah.
Local as defined by me. So you have to get the honey locally. You have to drink it locally. It all has to be done in a certain radius that is loosely defined as a local.
We're actually
Well-
talking about this.
I might as well bless it now, and if we need it down there, somebody can chug it.
Here.
You're still local.
I'll carry it.
If you wish to pre-bless the honey, go right ahead and do that.
Yeah. And this would probably be something I'd try if I know we're going into, if I knew there was beasties down there this bad, I maybe would have done it beforehand. Future lesson: prep your
Well,
stuff.
it's
Prep.
it
prep
is
your-
one of those things that you're not. I mean, do you bust into a hive preemptively? I mean, that's kind of a thing. But I'll let you guys debate that.
Yes.
Especially early in the spring.
Yes.
Well, we'll assess the hives maybe and see if they're strong and they've made it through the winter
It
with
is-
plenty.
Things are flowering now. I mean, it is a nice time of year. It is now mid-spring. Spring is fully sprung at this point. Are you going? So you found the honey, performed the blessing. It was successful. You're good. Who is going to carry that? You gonna carry it? Half
I
I'll
can
carry it.
carry it. Yeah, let me carry it, since I've got the medical skill, and I'm probably not going to try this whole snake thing again. Actually, I think I will, because I've never used it before, and I needed to know what it was like and what I was subjecting the enemy to. So yeah,
How do you know it
that
didn't
was
work right?
That is the lesson that Ilvir was trying to teach me.
Welcome to basic training, huh?
All right.
Okay.
Faradir says, there are other entrances to this place. Well, we've explored this one. We can just go this way.
Well, I'm curious if they've regrouped, or if they've stayed spread apart down the two passageways. Because now we have to deal with both two branches that might be a danger. But I guess we have enough armored folks that can definitely guard one way, advance on the.
All right. Well, let us proceed back down then.
Yeah.
Let me gather your characters in the other room. They weren't gathered up. Oh yeah, you guys did that. Okay. Make sure there's no stragglers. There were no stragglers. All right. I'll just move you back to where you were as you left it. If you were loaded, let me know. Everybody in?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. You go back
Yes.
down the stairs and, carefully watching out for ambushes. But suffice it to say, nothing jumps you as you come down the stairs. All right. So the two who are venturing forward do not have light sources, I don't think. So
I do.
you're at the edge of daylight. Oh, do you, Dave?
Yeah.
David, excuse me. Let me.
No, you have it on me.
Okay, you have it on you. Okay, I see that now. All right, it is on you guys. Where do you wish to go?
Yeah, I'm supposed to stay near Sir Aiden to make sure he has light.
Gotcha. Sir
Except
Aiden
on combat where I run away.
bravely ventures forth because he's a brave guy.
Well, it's got to get done.
Faradir and his men. I'll group them up so I can move them all together. Are you going, Bridget? Bridget. Bridget. There we go.
I'm coming. think I
I'm
need
checking for hidey
glasses.
holes and other ambush points behind Aiden and Zerson as we go.
Yeah, you pass some little crypts with
Yep,
just bones stacked into them.
I'm looking in them, around corners and other cubbies carefully.
Get up this corner and make sure. Stop and listen.
Are the bodies still there?
Yeah, bodies are still there. Have not been moved or disturbed.
Do a quick look at their claws. Do they have like poison on them or something? Would that be medical?
You want more poison?
No, I
Make
want to
a-
see what's wrong with his wound.
Make a physician roll.
They're dirty, filthy, dirty.
Dirty, filthy, dirty.
That's mean.
Yeah, marginal.
The claws are long, very strong, and just encrusted with just filth, dirt, dried blood.
So that's probably what the problem is.
Well, he hasn't shown too many signs of sickness yet.
Yet.
Well,
All right, I will point it out to Hafen as we're moving along.
Oh, I'm aware.
All right.
I'm tougher than I look. All right, I may be small, but dirty.
We just passed that hallway back there.
Yeah.
We did.
no, they were going to where the female had retreated.
Oh, okay.
Take her as a group. She's got magic.
All right, so we don't know where she retreated. This way.
There's how many hallways are there?
The room has grave alcoves and niches, relatively unused. Looks like this room was maybe prepared for use, but the abbey was abandoned before they got to it.
But she's not in here.
Well, let's
Where
look.
did she?
There might be
Where did she go?
under a table or any of the niches that might.
Make a perception awareness search, whatever this. I play so many different games with different rules. I forget what's called what, but roll an appropriate skill. Thank you.
All of us?
If you're looking around, then yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, fine.
So that's awareness, right?
Yeah.
Helm.
Oh, yep. There's nothing there.
Oh.
Empress is already bored with this place. She does not appear to be skulking about in this room, but you guys have been on the surface for over an hour.
And it's back to the side passage.
Where they ambushed us.
Where they defended their home. Come on.
Oh, is that what it was?
Where'd everybody go? Oh, there.
We went
to
back
the
to
side
the
packet.
hall.
Follow the light. Once you guys start moving forward, I'll move Faradir and company back in.
Yeah, are they Fairdeer's men behind us? They're there.
Yeah, I just was. I have them grouped together for my ease, so I was just waiting for some room.
Sure.
This is a very long corridor. Well, nobody's asked for tracking rolls, so I volunteered too much.
Too far back here. Everybody's first.
Yeah, you see all of their footprints happen.
I'm gonna go
Does
with.
the hallway smell?
Yes.
Okay, you can make a awareness check. Stop,
Alright, I'll do
stop
another one.
If you're right here and you're checking on that.
I'm trying not to breathe. I smelled these things once. That's enough.
Yeah.
Bridget, as you've been advancing forward, like the length of the corridor wasn't too bad. Obviously, around their corpses, they don't smell any better when they're dead, but they don't smell much worse either. And this corridor has been relatively free of their stench.
Mm-hmm.
But as you've gotten a little further down this way, since you asked and you tried to note it, you note that it does appear like you begin to smell that odor of rot, decay, a bit more strongly than, say, 10 yards back.
I'm gonna tell the group.
Well,
Like,
maybe
hey,
they're
do you guys
prepared
smell
now.
that?
Right. Bridget says,
Here, smell this. No. Get that away from my face.
Does this smell like chloroform?
Oh my god. I'll say the familiar scent has returned.
No, maybe their lair is down this way. We'll be more
Okay.
cautious.
Headed straight towards it.
Stay on target.
Yeah.
all right, stop. Everybody get back kind of in some sort of position.
Oh,
You really can't see. So everybody make a well, it is very dark, Aiden, and you realize that you're coming upon a larger room, and the light of the torch some distance behind you kind of spills dimly into the room, and out of the shadows immediately to your left, on your shield side, fortunately, I suppose, one of these creatures just comes lunging out of the darkness and attacks. He'll get like a surprise attack on you because you just didn't see it coming. So you will be able to get it's on your shield side. You can block it, so it's not if you choose to block, how are you choosing to counter it? You see it coming at the last second, and you
Shield.
can react. Shield. Okay. It's on your shielded side, so that would make the most sense.
Look at that. Well done. Oh,
Oh. All right. So it rolls a critical success versus your marginal success on a attack. Looking at our little table, the attacker is blocking with the marginal success. Critical success. That is an A1. It may not do anything to you, so it will roll a damage roll. Hit towards the middle. Impact value is. It does hit you. I guess the point I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
You are struck by it.
Mm.
7E. These things are pretty nasty. Hits you in the chest for 10.
wow.
Probably have a lot of coverage there. So,
Yep.
how much armor do you have there?
11.
11. It rasps off your mail, and you feel it. It gets past your shield and scratches at your mail armor, but it doesn't even get close to getting through. And you're unhurt because armor works. So now we will roll initiatives for everybody that's around.
Let's see.
Yeah. So remember, go ahead and make your initiative roll, and then we're going to roll. Then we're going to roll it. So get on the board, and then we're going to roll it, and then figure out where everybody's at. Because I like to do initiative a little differently.
So I rolled.
Sorry. So that's off of the character sheet, right?
Yeah. So off of the character sheet, it's just going to. Where's the initiative on the character sheet? So you're going to roll it twice. You're going to roll the one that gets you on the board, and then you're going to roll the one that is actually your skill.
Right, the
Okay.
hot button on the board.
Right.
Where's the hot button for initiative?
So it's on the thing at the top, damage roll, initiative, skill advancement,
Yep.
the pop-up.
Oh, I got you. All right, so I will. A couple of them up here.
I have a minus 30 penalty.
Okay, and then I'm going to roll for each of these.
I have a -10 penalty.
Did you get a bruise or something?
I don't remember having
Oh,
an injury. I'll
from
check
messing
right
around
now.
with.
Let me
So
see.
Grave White Male. The one
I
that
think
got
it's
hit
from
earlier is
the jousting.
Yeah, mine's from the jousting.
Yeah.
What about
Still
me?
minus 30, which sucks.
I have no injury.
Oh, then it's just weight of your armor,
Oh, okay, that's fair.
probably.
Let me get my guys inserted here. All right. Did you guys roll for your initiative?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are Bridget. What'd you get? Mark success.
I think it was like 38. Let me check one more time.
Dave, what'd you get?
93.
Just tell me if you
Marginal failure.
marginal failure. Okay. All right, Emerus.
I got a marginal failure, I believe. Yes, marginal failure.
Okay.
Oh, you need both?
I need the one that you
Oh,
rolled.
no. Okay, you got that in a marginal failure, yes.
Okay. Zirson.
Marginal success.
So you will go after Lady Bridget. I do not see Hafen up here.
I went first last
Thought I
time.
did it.
You didn't do it with the hot button, so you're not on the chart. Oh, I see you there. You roll. If you scan the chart, you're
No, it's the
You're
wrong
up
button. Oh,
up
that.
there now. Okay, so you are before Zirson. All right. And this, I just gotta change the name. That'll work. It's the one that you had wounded earlier.
So these things smell pretty bad, huh?
Last
They
I
do smell
remember,
bad. Yeah. So, oh yeah, that's right. So, Sir Aiden,
we get negative.
you will need to make a check for me, please. Okay, so they're all going.
You want a will check?
I'll give you 1 second. I'll tell you what it is.
Sure.
Okay, the initiative is up. So Sir Aiden, they do smell terrible, and you will need to make a. It is a will check. Will times 4.
Easily. I have a 15 will, so it's 40, 50, 60.
Okay. That and Emrys as well. Will times 4, please. That's 44, as I recall.
Yes, it is. Oh wait, is my will still high? Because we came right down here.
How long does your spell last? That was the clerical spell.
That was the cleric spell, not mine.
It's probably worn off by now, but I will let you know in a second. Larani, Courage of Mendez.
Long dark tunnel.
10 rounds. No, it is long gone.
Oh,
All right, so you are suffering. You have a special penalty
Okay.
of whatever your smell taste stat is.
Whatever it is. No, 11.
11. All right, so your penalty is a 33,
Wow.
as you are essentially controlling either actively vomiting or trying not to vomit. Sir Aiden, even though you succeeded, you still have a penalty.
A little
Okay.
column A, a little column B.
Luckily, you're really good at fighting these things because your sense of taste and smell is very terrible.
Yes.
What is it again?
No, 5.
5. So your penalty is smell taste times 2, which in your case is minus 10.
10.
Still a penalty, but you are like, I don't know why you guys are so bothered by these things. They're not that bad. And Lady Bridget, you're also within range of this
Yeah.
scent of corruption.
my smell's 11. So what would my?
Will times 4 first.
Okay, so I got to roll a d100.
Correct.
Yep. Under 44.
Alright. Oh God, I hope so.
Yeah, that was me too. No, you and me both.
All right. So you are your will is the same as his. So you're at minus 33.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. These things are a little bit dangerous. However, you are up, Bridget. What do you wish to do? As you as you are throwing up in your helmet, which is
I don't know if I should cut my nose off.
which I have been there for. That is not fun to do.
Wait, I threw up in my helmet?
Yeah, that's essentially what's happening right now.
Oh, no, I thought you were making an allusion to something else in real life.
I've done armed combat so hard in the summer that I have thrown up my helmet. It's not pleasant, but go on.
Okay.
That's another story.
We'll go off. Well, I mean, I was gonna charge in with my broadsword, so that means that when I roll my AML, right, I have to do minus 33.
That is correct.
That's so lame. But okay.
I know, these things are nasty.
All right, well, whatever, I guess. I'm gonna I'm gonna slide past my teacher, Sir Aiden, and I'm gonna hold my breath, I guess, and slice the sword on the guy.
All right.
So minus 33, which
Check
is
from
totally-
behind you.
You got a lot of minuses going on. All right, he will dodge, because that's what they do. They dodge. This one is not wounded.
Oh, these aren't the ones from before?
There are the ones from before.
Plus maybe
The ones that ran away.
Oh,
But this one looks fresh, where the other two were not fresh.
okay, that's fine.
He will dodge. Half an
Okay.
don't really see a place where I can get to very easily. If I can pass through my friends, I suppose I could. Around? I'm allowed to go. These guys to.
That's a lot. What's your movement that you can do in a round? Just what's your movement? What's your move? It should be pretty.
Should be.
Oh, it's in combat profile.
All the way down
Combat
there. 45 feet.
45 feet? Okay, so
Wow.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
If I double count friends, I can just get here.
Okay, can you? Okay. Yeah, you could just get there. If you double count your friends, then sure. I was trying to do the same thing.
Drat. Dagger it, yeah. I'm going light this time.
He is definitely now at penalties to dodge, so.
Yeah, I'll just try to cut it with my dagger.
Okay. So I believe he's at minus 15 now on a dodge roll, so.
Okay.
Oh.
Or maybe it's minus 10. Okay. Fighting 3 people, what kind of minus? Minus 10, minus 15?
Minus 10 for everyone above 1.
Right, so it's 20.
But if it's 2 on 3, it's nothing. It's got to be 2 on 4.
So it's minus 10 for every person above 1, so it's minus 20?
No, minus 10.
Right now.
Oh, minus 10.
Oh.
So
not for
3
every
on 1
person.
is minus 20. 4 on
Oh,
1 is minus 30. It's got to be 2 on 4 to be
It's 3 on
minus
1
10.
right now.
It's
Okay.
3 on 1 right now.
Okay.
So
Roll me some damage. It's going to be an A6. A1, excuse me, A1. You slip past and you stab it.
Stabby stab stab. Oh.
In the thigh. 4. They do have some armor. That's probably going to be a minor wound. They have all locations against a piercing 3, so 3 points of effective damage. So it takes a moderate wound.
Well, I scratched it.
However, death of 1,000 cuts. Zerson, you're up.
We'll see who I shoot in the back as I launch an arrow at it.
Hey, that was my ear.
All right.
Oh,
I
hey.
know that's an ignore probably. You can't really probably doesn't even see it coming. So I'm gonna give it an ignore on his tail.
Right, well, high velocity is half dodge at best.
Yeah. He's probably not even really aware, at least initially, of this coming.
Yeah.
So I'll give you.
Who would shoot an arrow in the dark?
Right, does it even know bows exist?
So I will give you a I'll give you an ignore on that one for the first, at least for the first go round. So that's a lot of damage. It's an A3.
So I roll 3d6.
Yep. When that comes up, you are going to roll 3d6.
Yes, that's. Ugh.
I don't think I've ever hit anything before.
Congratulations.
I'm glad it wasn't me.
You had a very good chance of hitting them, I might add.
I know.
And they would have
So
got an ignore
how do
on
I
that,
do?
and that hurts.
How do I do the damage? I have not rolled damage yet.
Oh, okay. Highlight your character, and then roll the damage roll up by the pointer at the
Oh,
top.
I see. Okay.
Then go through the steps.
Okay, location medium. Impact value.
It's on your chart. It's on your table.
On my table.
Right, do you have that for a
Oh,
short
I
bow
see.
at close
This range it'll be 6. I think.
Oh,
Check that. Yeah.
wow.
Oh, that's gonna
And
hurt.
dice 3d6.
Ugh.
Weapon type.
Well, you rolled really crappy.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
However, that's still 14 points in the shoulder. Minus 3. So it's 11. That is a It's a serious. It's an S2. It's a serious wound. Clicking these away by accident. Come on, get back. All right. S2. I'll have him make a shock roll, but it's not likely that he's going to fail that. Okay. Starting email is a 17. You got to hit these guys pretty good. Sir Aiden, you are now up. He's going to dodge less effectively as things go on, as he takes more and more hits. All right, you get a. Okay, yeah, thank you for that. That's probably a fail, I imagine.
Yep, go ahead and do the thing, but
Okay.
we'll correct for this.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, so medium weapon impact value is
It's on your table. It's on your combat profile. I assume you're just slashing at it.
So E what?
5.
Hmm.
And how many die? 6?
1d6.
6. Submit.
11 points. Minus
3.
3. Well, it's different for. Keep clicking that away. I need to stop doing it. It's different for edges and points and stuff like that. So it is I guess edges, they have a 4. So 11 minus 4 is 7. That's still. And you hit him where? The right thigh. Okay?
Yep.
So thigh. Effective impact was 7. That's an S2. Another S2. So he is taking some serious beefy shots. May not seem like as much, Dave, but it is a lot. Against somebody who's unarmored, a sword like that to the thigh is not very much fun. Shock roll succeeds.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right. Hafen, you're right there. You're the one that she can most clearly see as she casts.
This is the throwing up part.
Oh, you're throwing up, and nothing happens with her as you feel some weird presence trying
Cold.
to cloud your mind. But all right, throwing up part, you failed. So it is a smell taste times 3.
Yep. Penalty.
Yep. And while you are bent over retching, there's an immediate tactical advantage by this very badly wounded thing, which has had better days. So he's not likely to hit you, but he does have an immediate tactical advantage, and he will fail.
Oh, well. Right, I have to dodge, but this is...
Yeah, go ahead and dodge. It is likely... you might be able to hit him. But if you dodge, I don't think you can... Yeah, okay. That's just... Everybody's just doing... Foundering around, retching, and coming to wounds.
Not everyone.
Yet.
It is now his turn after the tactical advantage, and he will attack again, and will succeed. Hafen, what's your defense? I'm sorry, I should have asked that earlier.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was me or...
My bad. I'll be.
I'm trying to taunt it, but
I still want to dodge, I suppose. I could block with my dagger, but that seems weird.
Strange.
You can.
Strange.
Yeah.
Can, yes. DML for dagger? That's my best. Yeah, just ward it off, I guess. I mean, just to
Okay.
go through with a hit. Bad.
So that's a weapon impact value. not had a good time with these things happen.
No, this is worse than Gargan.
Yeah, luckily there's not as many. 12 on the neck. Oof.
Ooh.
Ooh. That's good.
Well, I do take off 4.
Good for that.
You got that honey, right?
Emerus has the honey.
Take off 4. That's good. It's an S2 and not an S3. So that's another one. That's a big gouging wound to the neck. As it desperately lashes out with a very low chance to hit you, but did it anyway. So, Emrys, you are up.
I think I'm going to try and clear the air here.
Wait, what? I don't even know what that means.
How did he roll a 7 for damage?
He has
No,
7
that's
attack.
7 on the claws.
Yeah, the claws have 7.
He rolled a 5.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Marginal failure.
Well, good.
So my bellow of backlash does not work.
Okay, which is probably good for everybody here.
No, because it also lets me do a gale force wind, which is what I was trying to do to get rid of the smell.
Okay. This one comes out of the darkness, Raiden, on your flank and attacks you. This one is wounded from earlier. It is the one that bled earlier from taking some shots.
Okay.
Yeah, so he has some injuries, which is good. Coming from your shielded side. How are you defending?
I will block with the shield, of course.
Well, in case you want to counterattack or something, it gives you have options. All right, you're up. You've been warding these off, so go ahead. Oof. Well, that may not get warded off. You might get through pretty clean on that one. So you block with marginal failure. It has a critical success. Marginal failure is a A2. Still likely to be stopped. Has a better chance of getting through. Edge. Hit you in the hand. Are you wearing any kind of mittens or anything like that?
Yes.
What are you wearing on your hands?
In my calf, knee, thigh, hip, groin, hand, I have mail and quilt. It is 11.
Well, he didn't get through that. I imagine it is your left hand, which is your shield hand. I'll say this is what happens. He tries to reach over your shield and swipe at your face, and instead he kind of comes over the top of your shield and kind of rips at your hand. And the mail stops that from wounding you, fortunately. I can see that would happen. Less so with a sword, but with claws and elbows, I can see that being entirely possible. Bridget, you're up.
Okay. I am going to slash again.
He is not easily defending because he's about down. A good slash should probably take care of him.
Yeah. At negative 33, though, I don't know.
Marginal failure.
Of course.
These things are dangerous. He will
They're
dodge.
just stinky.
He will fail. Fail is just a miss. Hafen, you are up. Although swooning. Oh, you need to make we didn't have you make a shock roll.
Me?
No.
No, yeah, we didn't. Oh no, I'm back.
Hafen collapses.
No.
He goes reeling back. We'll just say that, and leans against the wall, and it starts to slump down. Zirson, your mentor has
Half and down.
grabbing at his choke and staggering back against the wall.
Now I am the master.
Wow.
How very Sith of you.
There can only be what? There's supposed to be 2.
All right, Zirson, you are up. You barely snuck that arrow through. I'm not sure if I would do that again.
My attempt would be to pull half into the back, get him out of harm's way.
All right, you'd have to pass through everybody to reach him.
I will do that.
All right, so what's your movement?
My movement is on my sheet somewhere. 50.
50. So 5, 10, 15, 20,
And we're at
5 gets him right there. You could reach there and give me just give me a strength times 5 check on this turn to pull him and move him to there.
I succeed.
You succeed. All right, so you rush through the crowd and you grab Hafen and you fling him in a non-damaging fashion against that wall right there and try to guard him.
All
Yes.
140 pounds of me and my.
I don't think you wait. Oh yeah, with all your gear, it's 140. Otherwise, it's close.
Yes, with all gear, it's 140.
Sir Aiden, you're up. I don't know how you're missing because you're actually pretty good at this.
I know. I missed by 1.
Missed by 1. All right, misses and misses. Grave White, female. She's trying to use her abilities and fails. Grave White, male 2. All right, well that one's on Aiden, so that one's going to attack Bridget.
It's gonna
Again.
attack me.
Oh, don't act so surprised. Critical failure. I'm sorry. How are you defending? I should ask that first.
Shield bash.
All right, you're going to counter strike with the shield.
Yep.
Okay. I should. I'll let it go. I need to announce. You need to let me know. I need to let you announce what your defense is before we do it.
All right. Let me find my shield. Do I have to do -33 on the shield also?
It's going to do it automatically. You're attacking with your shield.
Okay.
So you're the defender on counter strike with a marginal failure against a critical failure. Attacker fumbles, which is a non-thing because they can't fumble. They don't have weapons. Emrys, you're up.
Well, I'm going to try it again.
So make a will times 4 check for me, please, because you're now in the smell zone.
I succeed.
You succeed. Good.
Oh, critical failure.
You're still at minus.
Hey, God.
What's your spell take?
33.
16.
All right, still at minus 32. Mistake. Remember that was a special penalty. Emrys, you.
Critical failure
my
with
God,
my
Byron.
fellow of Backlash.
He's getting killed with spells.
Which doesn't really appear to do anything.
Well, that's because I critically failed.
I just wonder if you don't get snake bit at least, right?
No, it doesn't. Yes, that is correct. I don't. So
You don't. Remember, your target EML is 9.
I don't care.
You realize
That's all
that.
I can do. Like, I'm minus 33 on everything. You want me to engage him?
Well, rather than a bellow, it goes the other way on a critical failure.
No.
Even another threat with a club or a staff is minus 10 to what they're doing. So maybe I do.
I mean, at least it doesn't hurt anything when he fails. As he starts pulling a bow out, you're like, no, put that away.
You keep standing there and doing nothing. It's safer.
All right, so
I could turn someone into Ilvir's child.
you are being
That
attacked
with a critical failure is bad.
You're being attacked by a claw. Sir Aiden, how do you wish to defend?
I am going to defend with the Night Shield.
All right. You may do that. All right, that I'm sure will yield you a defender tactical advantage. You may counter strike immediately.
With the shield, or can I use the sword?
You can use either one.
Alright.
What I do is I rule that if you subsequent attacks with the sword will have to be using different aspects of it, or you can use the shield. Ouch! Well, that is probably not going to work well for it. He is dodging, because that's what they do. Alright, so, well, he did manage to dodge, which was not super easy for him. He's not that wounded. Alright, so, dodge, critical strike versus...
1d6.
1d6. Alright, roll me a 1d6 on the damage. 5 plus 2. It'll be a minor wound to the thorax. That's a minor wound. I will give him a shock roll, but it's not likely he's going to fail. That one is fairly unwounded. Lady Bridget, you are up.
Okay, let's try this again. I'm gonna slash at him. Come on!
They're nasty creatures. The smell
Okay,
thing.
maybe we're going about this the wrong way. We should just throw shower water on them.
All right, he dodges. Half him.
Uh,
You. All right, so you were under shock. A
Uh-huh.
shock recovery. There is a roll to see whether you come out of shock at some point.
Is this where a condition happens?
Shock, straight special injury, shock, and the word shock. Heal rate of H5, has no injury levels. Over 4 hours. I thought there was one where you can be. Give me a second. I thought there was something about. I thought there's one that allows you to kind of come to during combat, at least. No, I think you're just out until treated. If somebody has something else to throw at that, let me know. But I think that you're basically dazed, unconscious, wandering around, babbling incoherently. You know, all the stuff that goes along with that. It's gonna leave a nasty scar.
Let's see. Wait, here it is. Shock roll on each subsequent turn. If the roll does not exceed the character's endurance, the character regains consciousness.
Okay.
If someone attempts to revive the character, water, slapping, tonic, etc., the chance of success may be increased. It's non-specific.
You can. Dave can do that next turn, but it is okay. So you're still unconscious. Dave can. It is your turn. You can try to wake him up. That is what is possible.
slap him.
Slap him. You stay with me, Haffen. Stay with me. You do your thing if you wish to, or you can guard him or attack. I'm just giving you options. That's all.
Let's see. I would guard him, keep him safe.
Okay. So you would not turn your back on opponents. You would be trying to watch for threats, and if something comes near him, attack.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So he is not rendering aid immediately. He's trying to make sure the combat ends safely for you. Straden, you are up.
All right. I am.
All right.
I'm getting
That
tired
doesn't-
of
Finally!
That doesn't do it. I don't know what will.
it.
He will dodge with a marginal failure. That's going to hurt. That's going to leave a mark. So attack or critical success, marginal failure on the dodge. That's A2. So 2d6 on the dice, plus your edge bonus. $11 points on the thigh.
Nice.
No. 16 minus 4, right?
Yes, 16 minus 4. So it's still quite a bit. So what was that? 16 minus 16? Yeah, 16 minus 4 is 12 to the thigh. That's an S3 there. A big bloody wound. He fails the shock roll. So that one goes reeling off there and is in shock. Here, put the shock thing on Zearson here. Wait, that's not Zearson.
And we can go concentrate on this one. It's 2 to 1 again, so he's a minus 10 rolls. Dodges.
Great white female that you really have not seen.
Nope.
Gonna target you with the cloud mind. But failure. She's not very good at that, apparently. Great white male, 2 on Bridget. Will attack with claws. How you defending? I'm sorry.
Shield.
Shield. Okay.
Shield
Blocking.
wall.
Blocking with the shield.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Let me roll my
Me
shield.
roll me a shield block.
Can do. -3.
It's my 33. All right. That will be an A1. So medium submit. 7 submit. Submit. Edge type.
Oh my god.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. What are you wearing on your neck?
Hold on. That doesn't look right.
Right neck? Yeah, right does not. Right. There's no right neck. Is that our neck or
What?
not neck?
Let me check that. Let me check that table.
I'm not wearing anything on my neck.
Well, that's a problem. I mean,
Is
it's not
that
terrible.
a medium? The medium table? I gotta
Yep.
switch over to DM real quick.
It is an S2. I'm just gonna kind of roll with it for now.
And what
The
map
table's-
are we on right now?
We're on it's on the bottom.
I just leave it here. It's fine.
Yeah, I have nothing on my neck.
Okay.
Let me just check this.
Luckily, they rolled a 1. So it's an S.
That's a right. That right neck should be a right shoulder.
Right shoulder. Okay. Well, you got
I'm
plenty on your
fixing it
shoulder.
now.
What do you have on your
Alright,
shoulder,
so-
Bridget?
Okay, let me go back to my shoulder. Sorry. I was just about to type my injury in.
Yeah, you probably don't.
I've-
You probably have more than 8 points.
Well, I'm wearing my mailing quilt.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to see.
Okay, mail and quilt. I'm sure is 8 or more.
It's 11.
It's 11. Yeah, so compound armor layer. I have that super handy. Mail and quilt against the edge is an 11. At least, unless you have
So
like
I'm good.
really superior stuff. Yeah, he just claws you and it just scrapes off your mail armor and doesn't do anything.
Oh, thank God. Or thank Larnie.
Emrys, you're up.
All right. So I'm gonna move over here and try. Wait, and
It's someone in where
is Haffen down?
he's underneath you.
Yeah, Haffen is right here.
Oh, okay. So I can take a step back and try and like medicate him, or can I like try and do something for him with physician?
He doesn't appear to be dying, so it probably just need to get out of the combat. Harn is not really good. Doesn't really have a lot of in combat healing.
I'm not trying to heal him. I'm trying to bring him around. Right? He's like.
Oh, okay.
Stunned.
You're trying to stop. Okay, you're trying to give him a roll. You're trying to assist his roll to wake up. All right, you're trying to wake him up. You're trying to, hey,
Yeah.
stay with me. Gotcha. All right, you will do that. That's fine. Brave white male. He is in shock. He is down. Lady Bridget, you're up.
On
Was that
Heffen's
another-
turn, he can make another.
Haffen's up. Haffen's up next.
Yeah, he can make his check again.
Well, guess what? I'm gonna do the same exact thing I've been trying to do these past 4 turns.
Well, it's not easy when you're. Oh, jeez. All right. Well, they're only
Come
dodging.
on.
They're only dodging. So they don't.
Oh,
Mark success on the dodge. Critical failure.
You should be at a plus 10, so but it's still a miss.
Attacker. Martial success. Defender tactical advantage.
Yes.
Okay. He would still have. All right, he still would have made that. Thank you for reminding me of that, though. You swing really hard because you're super committed to this, and just overextend yourself, and he claws at you. And how would you counter that?
I would raise my shield where I anticipated he was gonna hit me.
All right, go right ahead.
All right. Accidentally clicked out. Man, I'm so tired of this ghoul.
All right. blocks all around. It's fine.
Woohoo!
Hafen, make a. What is the effect of somebody slapping you and trying to wake you up?
It does not say. Might help.
What's the wording say?
I was looking at condition.
Page is way on.
Sorry, I went away from it. Combat.
Okay, it's combat, not
20.
Gotcha. Combat, not physical.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Or was it?
It's not 20, but it's in there somewhere. All right,
No,
sorry.
it's not.
Okay. Shock effects. Sickly power, cold sweats. Each turn, a conscious can make a new shock roll and recover consciousness. If when
Emrys might just give me an extra attempt.
Okay, sure. Make two attempts. That's fine.
For Emrys. Third 14 in a row. All right, and then on my turn.
Success. Okay.
Yay!
However,
Got that out of your system.
after recovering consciousness, make one more shock roll. If this final shock roll does not exceed endurance, the character is coherent and can function normally. If the final shock roll exceeds endurance, did you make a second successful one? All right, you are.
No, that's the one that woke me up. I have a question first.
Yes.
And maybe this is just quick. I have condition skill develop.
So condition
Replaces endurance, which is
condition can. It does not, but this character sheet doesn't use it. So you have to make a roll on the side. So take your condition, divide it by 5, and that's your derived shock endurance roll for shock purposes. So what's your condition skill?
91.
91. So 91 divided by 5 is your derived endurance, and you could use that instead. It just the character sheet doesn't do it. You got to do the math on the side. So round down. So.
Okay.
What was that? That's a 19. Am I right? No.
18.
18. Okay, so 18.
Yeah.
All right. So targeting. All right. So you do not go into deeper shock. You are functional, Hafen. However, that is your turn as you come around. Zerson.
Okay.
So he has a big old wound too, right?
Yeah, he has got a big gaping claw mark in his neck.
I will start casting.
All right.
It'll go off next round.
Gotcha. Sir Aiden.
Aiden will attack with a sword.
Hold on. I didn't make a shock roll for that one. So that one's down. I'm sorry. He's down. After he got whacked, his shock roll was 22. There's no way he's making that. So he's down as well. Okay. And you hear footsteps racing away from this room as you light it further, going to the west. You never saw the one that was trying to intrude into your mind, and
Right.
by the time you get your lights in the room, it has beat feet to the west.
Make sure that these creatures are exterminated.
All right, and that happens without making a roll. You just skewer them, chop their heads off, do whatever nasty bits you want to do to.
Anyone else feel some weird stuff in their head? Yeah, I think there's another one somewhere under here.
Them dying doesn't stop them from stinking. Probably makes it worse.
All right, I forgot these guys.
Was there a smell?
Who's wounded? Faradir says.
Okay.
Hafen, you have taken a wound.
Hafen has a bit of a wound.
Another scratch.
That's more.
I'm also stuck in the wall or something. I can't
Okay.
move.
Yeah, I'll get you out there.
Or I've got my
All right, we take this
I
shot.
got an owie face on.
That was the shock roll. Okay. All Well, let me take a look at it. Well,
I can take a look at it since I'm right here.
Sir Aiden's just like a farmer through wheat.
I've gotten pretty lucky on my rolls today, without a doubt.
At least someone has.
So position on Happen.
sure.
Do I still have the minus 33?
No. You drag the bodies away or what have you. Sure.
Yeah, no, he's cut.
Yeah.
What
You
if
sure you want to do it that way? I wouldn't do it that way.
Whoa! Wait!
Like we just cut it off right here.
He starts applying a very tight tourniquet to your neck.
Oh, what kind of a wound was it? Serious
Okay.
or
Yeah, it was the S2.
grievous? So it's a
Serious. Just
H
serious.
H1. No,
No.
H4.
All right.
Oh, that's it.
He's trying. He's what rolling that? A 97. Good lord.
It's the same as a 54.
Yeah, I know. I just trying to see what we can do to stop it.
Was there a sword attack by Sir Aiden that wasn't dodged or blocked or anything? See a critical success up there, but nothing was followed.
He said he was going to just knock him away
Oh, okay.
because he wouldn't survive that, he said.
I looked at how many injury levels he had, and I realized I missed a shock roll in there. So
He's just down. Okay.
Well, if the ghoul's down, you just cut off its head or something.
yeah, sorry, methodically went about doing that and took care of them.
Make sure it's dead.
The Faradir comes by and attempts to do a blessing to deal with your wound. It probably is a bleeder unless that was dealt with. I mean, it's an edge wound to the neck. That can't be very pleasant. So what?
Well, I didn't deal with it very well, so.
What was
Well,
the
I can
physician-
do my own bleeding.
Well, a martial failure is the same as no treatment. So at least there's that. So it's an H4.
Well, and bleeding is a plus 50 to EML, by the way. So that's worth a lot, actually.
Okay. Well, let's say he first stops the bleeding, which he probably would do even with actually 99 is always a failure. So 99 always fails.
Good point. Indeed.
So I'm gonna have you take one blood loss point as you guys try to deal with this, because you're bleeding. You're bleeding fairly actively from this neck wound at this point. But he could try again. Emrys, plus 50 on a to stop the bleeding. You're applying pressure while trying not to choke him out at the same time. It's a very fine balance. Try it again.
Not on my trachea. I'll be fine. Don't.
But it is a plus 50 physician roll to stop the bleeding, and you do have one blood loss point. Wait on you, Ted. There we go. All right. He has stopped the bleeding. So we'll apply that first healing roll as a bleeding stop, because you really can't treat it until it's not bleeding.
Okay.
I guess a grievous cut's supposed to be a bleeder, but I think a wound to the neck is just going to be in the bleeding territory. So he has stopped the bleeding, and you can make another roll to treat it. Do you want to use the Berlic Balm again? I suggest that's a good idea.
Yeah, I think so. Especially we know that these things have that nastiness in them. So is that a modifier or just?
It will decrease the injury level for purposes of penalties, and it will be a modifier for. Let me pull it up. Just verify it. Dead in the pain of a minor wound. It's not really minor, but I'll still give the effect. A serious wound for 2 hours, a grievous wound for 1 hour. Chance of becoming infected is halved. So it helps prevent infection, but it's not going to give you a bonus on your roll.
Okay. So, but he rolls against stamina.
Well, right now you're rolling to treat his.
No,
injury.
when he's treat. Okay, so treat the injury first. There you go.
So
No.
20 on your
Oh,
roll.
plus 20. Sorry.
Well, it doesn't
My
matter.
bad.
It's 72. It increases to a 72, so it still is a marginal failure.
So
Okay.
H4.
H4.
If it's an S2, if it's an M1, then it's an H5.
Yeah, it's not an M. It's being treated as one for purposes of penalties because of the Berlick bomb, but it is an H4.
So H4.
All right. Let's see. All right. The priest will give one more attempt at calling upon Larani to heal this wound. He'll throw a little piety at it because he likes you guys. You're on a quest.
Wow.
They're in a Lorani thing. He might get a bonus to cast it.
And he has reconsecrated it. Thank you. I'll give you a plus 15. I'll give him a plus 15 on that.
Destined not to be.
Starts bleeding again.
Yeah, falls off.
Doing that whole too tight tourniquet around the neck thing again.
Yeah, well, it's a spell this time. Causes the designated wound to become infected. So. Well, this has been quite the misadventure here, hasn't it? Harn Master.
Thanks, Lorani.
At least we know the infection
Since it
rules now.
since it has the balm on it, why don't you roll a D2, and on a 1 it's infected, on a 2 it's not.
Yeah, it does. Give me a second to think of that.
Now it's
Maybe
double
I should
infected.
I should give up knighthood and go to medical school or something because this is sad.
It is pretty sad. Okay. Yeah, the rules don't give have your chance of becoming infected. What does that even mean? It doesn't. That doesn't even fit within the rule system. Sorry if anybody from Columbia Games is listening to this, but on an odd it is infected, on even it is not. How about that? Even it is not.
Woohoo! That's how medical science works.
That's right. However, that does not deal with the possible infection from the horrible grave rot disease that's possibly in these things' fingertips.
So,
Okay, so you have a wound. Sir, the priest Faradir has decided that was certainly a message from Larani that he's not doing that anymore, and you are treated as you're going to get treated right now, Hafen. You can now use extra remedies if you can think of any, in the form of honey if you have some.
Yeah, I guess that would be it. Would be to drink the honey, and that gives me.
And Zirson may have some abilities to cast spells as well. That he is not.
I have to get away from the stench, otherwise it won't work.
The stench is cleared. They move the bodies to the corner, and it's not bothering you right now.
Yeah, but with my scent, I could probably still smell that crap.
can you
So-
set them on fire?
Yeah.
I'll give him the honey that I
Because
was
that'll make
carrying.
us smell less bad.
Yeah. Sir Aiden dragged the bodies way off in the corner over here, so they're not
Okay.
bothering you right now.
Then I will try and cast a spell.
Okay. You will shout and gesticulate and do all the things.
Yes, everybody will know what I am. Let's see, where is it? Is it? Should I cast right one? Balm of Gesrin.
I don't know. Really, this seems like a lot of bother about a couple little scratches, guys.
You're at minus.
You're very important to us, Hafen.
You're at minus 20 now for these things. Well,
25 for blood laws too. I don't know. I gotta take it easy until tomorrow at least, or
All right.
next week.
marginal success. Dave, what does that do for you?
All it does is give him an additional heal roll. Immediate heal roll.
Which you can do right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
The effect is immediately provide one healing roll.
Okay.
And I haven't drank the honey yet.
So you can use your condition instead, times 4.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
So HR. So it is 19 times 4 is your healing roll.
Or 18.
So
Did we round down?
Or was it 18? 18 times 4. I'm sorry. 18 times 4.
Is that?
72.
But you want me to roll the healing roll die, or just
No, it's a okay. Test HR times endurance. So 4 times your endurance roll is the healing roll.
But I guess am I rolling 1d100 or am I hitting?
Yeah, I'm sorry, D100. Correct. My bad. 41. So your
He just has to go to his wound on his character sheet and hit his.
the HR now goes from a 4 to a 5 as it gets a little bit better.
Okay. Or no? Or does the healing roll drop?
No, it actually goes down 1 level. So if it was a
goes down by 1. My bad.
yeah, so it was an S2, now it's an M1, and M1s
M1.
cannot get infected.
Any further?
Well, unless these things are extra infectious.
We'll see.
That is on the wound on your neck. We'll just say that was the one that you first treated.
Oh, he has multiple wounds. I can do this multiple times then.
You did.
You want
did
to wait for him to use his honey thing because it gives him a better chance to roll higher.
Yeah, and you did get fatigue points from casting the spell, so make sure you add them.
Yeah, so you just wait 10 minutes, and then.
Well, if I wait 10 minutes, the fatigue goes away. So.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow, if you could do that, I have this hip wound from.
I've had it forever.
Yeah.
It doesn't work on chivalric wounds.
Doesn't work on wounds of honor.
All right, are you gonna try the honey?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Takes a while to drink it. I got a cup of it.
Yeah, I gave him the honey. I gave him the honey already.
All right.
You can the honey up; it'll make it go down faster.
Zerson was just too fast in his casting.
I cast honey.
All right, what does that do?
The healing rolls are at plus 20.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. Are you going to try casting the spell again?
Yes.
But after he drinks his honey thing.
Yeah.
He
And after my
drinks the honey.
fatigue wears
He drinks
off.
the honey down, sure.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm not particularly good at this.
Well, you can you get a plus bonus. You got to focus, and if I can't remember all the bonuses.
It's a plus 10. I know. I didn't put it in last time. I forgot, but I remember.
I mean, you got to. I mean,
I do not have a Fervian focus at this time.
Yeah, he's working on that. He hasn't
well,
concentrated.
I wonder if the father does. One of the priest.
He does not. He's not Fibrian.
Why would he have a Fervian focus?
Well, some of them do. Some of them dabble.
He does not dabble. I do not dabble.
Oh, right on the money.
All right. Make another roll at
plus 20.
At plus 20.
On a different wound, yeah, on a different wound. Can't be the same.
I can only cast it once per wound.
Okay, so that's on the wound in his chest now. Which, unless you roll a 96 and up, you will heal that up a level, half.
Oof, needed it.
All right. So that one's now an M1 as well. So you feel a great deal better.
Okay. Well.
All right.
Hey.
We had a. Can we continue, or are we at a stop time?
I think we're at the stop time.
I have maybe
20 minutes.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. We can plug ahead here a bit more.
So I can preach to them
We follow the.
about how wonderful Eelbeer is.
You go through the room. There are no. It looks like another room that was being prepared as either a preparation chamber. Maybe it was going to house sarcophaguses of more important figures from the abbey. But looks like it was never. I never saw any use. I never got to it before the abbey fell. There are no exits from the room other than that corridor going to the west.
someone would illuminate the corridor going to the west, we will continue.
We've got them trapped.
Unless there's another way out, unless it circles around.
I think we did mention there was another way to get in, so I don't think we've seen that yet.
What you saw some stairs inside the Abbey building.
Well, I meant from within. We haven't come across.
But there was some stairs going down inside the Abbey, the main structure of the Abbey. That was the first place that you saw blood and Gargan corpses.
So our running theory is the Gargan were slayed by these things.
Not surprising. They're pretty dangerous. Gargan are too, but these things are vicious and tough, especially in close confines.
Alcoves?
Yeah, more burial chambers, alcoves. The bones are just haphazardly stacked in there. More than one person is interred in these little alcoves.
Just make sure there's nothing in that should not hiding under bones or.
Okay, game on.
Don't give it more than a casual glance as we go by.
Okay. Coming up ahead, Sir Aiden, right here, there is an archway of stone. I wouldn't call it a secret door necessarily. What happened? Why are you wandering off into the nethers there?
I got stuck in the wall again, and then I was somewhere else.
Oh, Hafen, always getting stuck in walls.
There's kind of like an archway there, but it is sealed with a block of stone, and there's an inscription above the door, as well as on the stone that is sealing the way in.
I found one, or something. You guys all walked right by it.
Oh, I'm sorry. She is not there. My bad.
No. All right. I'm seeing things.
I don't know why I stashed her there. She's not stashed there. She's maybe someplace else, but not there.
Hivachi.
What does the inscription say?
It says this is. It gives the flowery script. It is the tomb of King Kelston.
Oh, the sword's behind there, right?
Ha! If only, Faradir says. If only it was that easy, if somehow the sword returned to its original owner. So, we have found it?
Isn't this
Did somebody say sword?
How do we get it?
The application of muscle on either side. There should be a ring to allow us to pull it back closed. It is preferable that I could give a blessing on the outside, such as we are now, but it would be my preference to ensure that the tomb is intact and bless the sepulcher directly.
Apply strength to open it.
Are you
Yeah, open it.
I'm fairly strong. Not
You are fairly strong. You are a smith, after all. All right.
I will let them apply strength since I am not
are
very.
quite sturdy folk. So give it a go.
What, die 20 roll? Or die 100?
Do a
Strength times 5,
strength times
D100,
5 is the usual trick.
or 3d6 underneath it. Whatever you want to do.
Zirson shows a surprising amount of strength as he and Sir Aiden lean into it, and this picks up.
I don't quite cut it.
Between the two of you, it's fine. It pivots aside, just enough for you to squeeze past it, and there are, as Sir Priest Faraday pointed out, there are some rings that allow you to pull it back shut. It takes a fair amount of effort, and some mortar cracks that was originally sealing it, which Faraday says is a good sign. It means it's likely that it has not been disturbed.
Bridget, you lead in. Let everyone else follow, and I will make sure that this is I guard this passage and potentially close the door if I can.
I think it's appropriate that the Lady Crow accompanies me in here. Admittedly, it is from your adopted family, but your family nonetheless. King Kelston was an ancestor of the Crows. We will need a light. It's quite dark in here.
Are there torch sconces on the wall?
No, there are not. I take that back. They probably built this chamber in the dark, so sure, there are such things. I have to look at something really fast.
Then
Ooh, Deus enter.
Well, it's kind of like that. Lady Bridget,
Yes.
join me in the GM channel.
Oh God.
Oh no!
Oh God. Okay, hold on. First, I have to exit.
Lady Bridget, you've never really discovered it much, but you are sensitive to certain things. And among those things is the ability to see spirits.
Are you serious?
I am.
When were you gonna tell me this?
Only you see this
Right now.
Because only you see this ghostly apparition.
What?
Appearing, you see the tomb there, and it has the effigy of King Kelston engraved upon it. And you're looking at it, looking at some family history, and you feel somewhat moved by the moment. This ancient this ancient father of the Crows. And you see flickering, as if made from motes of dust, an apparition, a standing figure. He looks old, his hair is long, there's a crown upon his head. And you look around to see if anybody else sees this, and nobody else sees this. And nobody else hears this. But he says in this raspy voice, my sword is lost. Kaldor will not know peace until it is found. Kaldor will only see violence and chaos until it is found. I will not see peace until it is found. And then it fades away.
Jeez.
Back to the other channel.
Oh my God.
So Bridget is kind of like staring into space over here. Everybody here now? Okay.
Yes.
Bridget is staring into space, kind of like with this shocked look on. She's kind of looking away from you, but she's like fixedly staring at something like right here. And she's listening very intently, and that's all you really notice. As Faraday doesn't notice all of that, he is now getting ready to do his blessing. He's pulling out holy water and priestly things, and getting ready to rip into this ritual.
Hold on there. I'm going to approach Bridget and, nudge her.
Yeah, Bridget, suddenly you're nudged from behind by Haven.
Oh, I instinctively grab his arm because he spooked me. And then I loosen my grip.
All right.
Everything all right?
Faraday, everything well? We ready to proceed? This should only take 10 minutes. Just guard the entrance, make sure none of those things come, and we can leave this place, finally.
Yeah, everything's great.
Yeah, that sounded convincing.
Well then, says Faraday. And you guys saw part of this ritual when he reconsecrated the altar, and he starts to do the same thing in this chamber, calling upon the saints of Larney and to bless this grave and expel it from evil, and all those noble pursuits. Faraday starts going through, and it takes a while, and you stand by respectfully as that happens. Bridget still looks a little white, a little shocked, perhaps a little dazed, but that's about it. Unless anything else happens, 10 minutes later, Faraday concludes with a hearty amen, which is men on the outside who are guarding the entranceway shout in to follow. And
Well,
Faraday
the question is, do we want to cleanse those creatures from this tomb?
Faraday acknowledges that is probably a good thing, Sir Aiden. I have mixed feelings about it, since unless I send men back here with stone and masons and mortar, all sorts of foul things can get back into this place. The Gargan were here at one point. These foul things are here now. Perhaps that might be a course of action. I will talk to the Earl about properly sealing the catacombs here, and see if he wishes to send an expedition for that purpose, now that we know how to find it more easily.
Well,
yes.
Perhaps more of a warden over the area is what's due. Stones, mortar, these things fall apart and crack over time. They have. You can all look around and see that, but eyes that visit and see and can report specific problems like this are maybe a better, before they get embedded, maybe a better course?
Perhaps. I mean, we could implore one of the Royal Forester to come out this way occasionally. But it's far from the realms that he is normally going to pursue, unless you had some other person in mind.
We could think of it and look for volunteers or someone interested. I could also speak with the Telda about them keeping an eye on it from afar.
You've spoken well with these people. They seem to be a more noble folk than I anticipated. If they were willing to undertake that would be well.
So the real question is, what about the creature that's still here? Leave it as a guardian, or
if you, perhaps we should finally clean this place out, understanding that as we walk away, something else could come back. But it seems not right for us to leave this place with that thing still here. If you are up for the task, and there is indeed only one, then
we move on.
Bridget catches up to Sir Aiden real quick, and she says, when we get to the surface, I need to talk to you.
Certainly.
All right. So we will pause and conclude for now, and continue the adventure next time.